Hello. So I know there's an entire video going through this whole review, but I wanted to do just a short video on how to do the line of best fit linear regression stuff or finding correlation coefficients from your calculator. Okay? So number 23 on the review is right here. I want to find the line of best fit given that data. Okay, so let me bring up my calculator. It will be almost exactly the same as on your Ti-84s, maybe a little bit different on a couple of different steps. Okay, so first thing I need to do is I need to enter the data, right? I want to enter this data, all my x's, and I want to enter in all of my y's into my calculator. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this stat button right here. So stat is right below delete, kind of in the top middle of my calculator, stat right there. And when I hit stat, it will put me into edit. That's exactly where I want to be first. And I'm going to hit enter to go into my list. Now you'll notice my data is already in here, but let's say you went into this and you already had data in there that was not your data, right? You didn't want the data that was in there. You can clear this out by doing this. Scroll all the way up to the top, so you're highlighting on L1, hit clear, and then hit enter, and it will eliminate all the data from there. Okay, let's go to the next one. Go all the way to the top, hit clear, clear, enter, and it will get rid of that whole list. Okay, so now I want to get my data entered in, and I'm going to put all of my x's in L1, list 1, and I want to put all of my y's in list 2. So I'm just going to enter list 1 first. So I'm going to start with that -3, enter. Then -1, enter. I'm just going to write down the list. So now 0, enter. 4, enter. 6, enter. Okay, so I've got all of my x's into list 1. Let's go over to list 2, into the top row, 6, 1, -1, -7, -11. So I have all of my data entered into list 1 and list 2. Each x is with the y that it is paired up with, right? -3, 6, -1, 1, 0, -1. Okay, now I want to do my line of best fit. Okay, I want to do my line of best fit, so I'm going to hit that stat button again. But I don't want edit. I want to go over to the middle menu here that says calc. So I'm going to scroll over to the right to get to calc. And then I'm going to go down to the fourth one, or on your calculator, it'll be the fourth one for lin reg. Okay, I want to do lin reg ax plus b. Okay, I'm going to hit enter. On yours, you'll scroll down to say calculate. Here, I don't need to do anything like that. I can just hit enter, and it will give me my data. And notice, it gives me y equals ax plus b, and then right below it, it tells me what a should be. It tells me that a should be -1 point, we'll round that to 8. And it tells me that b should be -0.24. So this is just our slope in our y-intercept, right? This is slope-intercept form. So what's my line of best fit? It's y equals -1.8 x plus -0.24. And you might say, well, could I just do -0.24? Absolutely. There is our line of best fit, right? Our line of best fit, there it is. Okay, now it says use your equation to predict what y would be if x is 10. Well, then just plug it in. Y would be equal to -1.8 times 10, right? I'm plugging in 10 for x, minus 0.24. Okay, let me bring my calculator back. -1.8 times 10 minus 0.24. Okay, -18.24. So what would it be? It would be -18.24. Okay, what's my correlation coefficient? Well, let me scroll back up. Correlation coefficient is R. Okay, correlation coefficient is R. R here is -0.99, we'll round 5. Okay, 9950. That's our correlation coefficient. We just look for R. Let's say your calculator is not showing you R right now. You should just be able to make this change once. You would go to Mode, Scroll down in mode until you find the one that says Stat Diagnostics, and it's shortened here, Stat Diagnostics, and make sure, go over to on, hit enter, and it will turn on those diagnostics for you. Let's clear out of there. I've got correlation coefficient written down, and then describe the correlation. Well, two things that can tell me about the correlation. One is it's going to be negative. How do I know it's negative? Well, I know it's negative, A, because my slope is negative, and B, because my R value is negative. So describe the correlation. It is negative. And then I want to assign strong, weak, something like that. Well, remember, it was very strong if it was close to -1. And it was very strong if it was close to +1. It didn't matter, positive or negative, but it was close to 1. And then it's very weak if it's close to 0. Well, this one is really, really, really close to -1. So this is negative, and it's strong. All right, so that's a tutorial. Feel free to write down those steps. Stat, edit will get you to your list. Stat, calc, linreg will get you to your line of best fit.